Hello everyone and welcome back to Tax Crunch. My name is Christopher Volis and this is the second of two videos regarding the ERC, or the Employee Retention Credit. So this video is going to address the 2021 version of the credit and the wages that are eligible for it. Now back in December of 2020, new legislation lengthened this credit into 2021 for the first 2 quarters only. So it's yet to be determined. If the economy is still struggling and businesses are still struggling, it's very possible they can extend this even further, but currently it's only available for the first 2 quarters of 2021.
So he won't be receiving a paycheck anymore, so it'll just work itself out naturally.
We always like to avoid confrontation whenever possible.
Now, if you watched the first video, a lot of the rules are still the same for the ERC, just the numbers changed for the benefit of the employer. So one of the rules for 2020 was if you had over 100 full-time employees on average in the year 2019, you could only include the wages that were paid to people that were not working. Whereas if you had less than 100 full-time employees, all wages paid to all employees counted. They've bumped that threshold up now to 500 average full-time employees for the year 2019, so it's much larger. Another rule was the amount of the credit itself. It was 50% of eligible wages. Now it's been bumped up to 70% of the eligible wages. The second critical change is prior it was $10,000 of wages per employee for the whole year 2020. Now it's $10,000 of wages per employee for each quarter. So you have the first quarter and the second quarter currently eligible. So with a 70% employee tax credit on $10,000 of wages each quarter, now you can have a maximum of $14,000 per employee.
Well, that was easy. Yeah, I guess it was.
So it's the same deal as the prior ERC in 2020. You can collect and claim this credit on the quarterly 941 forms you file. And now if you didn't want to wait that long, you can get an advance on the credit by filing Form 7200. And you can actually file that form multiple times during the quarter. And then you'll reconcile that amount of advancement on the 941 at the end of the quarter. So this version of the 2021 ERC credit is also available for businesses that received the PPP loan and also had them forgiven. Same deal though, you can't double dip, you can't use the same wages for both. So you'll have to isolate the wages that were used in the forgiveness of the PPP loan, and the remainder of the wages would be eligible for the ERC.
Yeah, well, I'm just not sure about that right now.
So a big change is the eligibility for the ERC. In 2020, the 2 criteria were you had to either be partially or fully shut down by the government, or you had a 50% or greater decrease in gross receipts from the same quarter in 2019. Well, this time around, it's the same deal with the shutdown, but instead of a 50% or greater decrease, you only need a 20% or greater decrease. So it's going to be available to a lot more businesses. So I wanted to keep this second video short. If you wanted more information on the ERC, you can check out my first video, which has a bit more information. You can also comment on the video, subscribe to the Tax Crunch YouTube channel if you want to be involved with future content as well. So as always, thanks for tuning in and stay tuned for more content from Tax Crunch.
What I'm trying to say is that, in conclusion, I have no idea.